Good. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome. I hope you are well. I hope you're doing wonderful. Let's begin. I don't want to wait any longer, dude. I have been working off stream today, having so much fun with this stuff. Let's begin. Hello and welcome back to Permafrost. My favorite map. Oh, you hear that? Some music's playing. And it's not my Spotify. That's crazy. What's happening? I actually forgot to disable that music for this intro, so it's just gonna play. Kind of sick. Permafrost is so... I know, this map is so awesome now. So as you can see, behind you... What? Oh, damn. That's crazy. Why does it do that? It broke. Somebody broke the tower. That's unfortunate. And the music ends just like that. That's so cool! So yeah, I was experimenting with some ideas regarding music on this map. That's been my whole thing that I've been experimenting with last night and today. And I have made some cool stuff happen. So far, the only proper scripted event that I have music for is that. But I was thinking about maybe adding ambient tracks to the map as well. And of course, if you don't want to hear the music in-game, you can always just go to your audio settings and turn it off. That's totally fine too. It's a completely separate track in your settings that you can turn off. But if you like music, it might be kind of cool because, as it turns out, Boo! Joe, thank you for the 2, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I am once again asking for Ultimate Forge to be released. Insert image here.
Insert image here, yes. It's a lovely image that you definitely inserted there. It will be released. It in fact will be released. As I have said many a times. I'm scripting! Look at my scripts! Tell me what you guys think of this. We got some ambient music playing. Cinematic contextual music, he's done it again, exactly. So, here's my idea, right? If you go to the enemy base, and you're playing a certain game mode, like Capture the Flag, for example, I think some intense music should start to play. I think that would be cool. And, get this, I can tell whether or not a player has captured a flag using a little trick that you might not be expecting. So I'm gonna give that a try today and see if I can trigger music when a player picks up a flag. I think that would be cool. Also, I like this ambient track a lot. I feel like it's very, like, ominous and nice. And this is one of many, by the way. Actually, let me check it out really quick. That's ambient 2. I forget what the other ones sound like. Here's ambient 1. Sounds very similar, to be honest. I'm trying to, let me see. What is the difference between ambient 1 and 2? Ambient 1 is from the final mission, and ambient 2 is also from the final mission, but ever so slightly different. Then I have ambient 3, which is from the mission The Covenant. Let me try ambient 3. See what that sounds like. And obviously I can switch between these different varieties, variations, and things. I could even randomize them if I wanted to. So this is ambient 3. Somber. But guess what, guys? My favorite Halo tracks are not from Halo 3. I know, shocking. Shocking. But guess what? I could put other game soundtracks into Halo 3. Crazy, right? So I was going in to Halo 2, and I was looking at stuff. Hold on, let me turn it down because it's going to absolutely blast my ears if I don't. I was looking at stuff, and get a listen to this. Oh, it's so loud. So what I'm debating is taking something like that. It's a 10-second loop. It has a 38-second intro. Oh, wait. Can I do that one? No, that's Breaking Benjamin. So, Halo 2 has a lot of great music. Have a high-pitched scream gradually get louder throughout the match. What the fuck, dude? What are you trying to traumatize players? Like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that. That sounds awful. So, right before stream, I was kind of going through here and trying to get a listen to all these different Halo 2 tracks. Oh, Impend. We could get Impend on the map if we wanted to. Menace B. What is Menace B? I'm listening to the loops on all of them. I've never heard this track. That's an interesting one. Here's Groove 2. I like the grooves. I think the grooves are really good. Oh, dude, an amber clad. Yes, this would be so peak. That would be fantastic. What is Groove 1 Vox? The loop on this is 10 seconds, and the intro part is 24 seconds. I think these would be fun. Do you guys have any suggestions for this? Because I can add any track from any Halo game into Halo 3 here as music for the map. I was definitely thinking about getting some Reach soundtracks. Of course, I want to do Halo 3 ones and kind of have the whole Halo 3 feel to it. But I think music in Universal isn't something that, like, breaks my Vanilla Plus, like, ideology when it comes to things like this. I think it would be really cool to have a big mix. Here's 01 Groove Jam. What is the 30-second intro? Starts kind of quiet. One final effort when the frigate shows up. The problem is I feel like one final effort is just too bombastic, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. I mean, we could listen. One final effort should be under Halo 3 final mission. We go to the music folder. I believe it's the final one, right? Yeah. Halo 3 Trench in track. It's a, by the way, 1.5 minute intro for this soundtrack, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to use this. It would just go forever. What about the alt loop? Here's an alt loop for it. It is peak, I admit. Like, doing the intro to that, having to wait a minute and a half to just get to the intense part of the music might be a bit much. But, oh, one thing I did find that was kind of cool, and I probably won't use this just because it's, not only is it a little on the nose, it's also possibly too long. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not you. This is from the mission The Ark. I'm looking for a track you guys will all recognize. Oh, where in the world is this track? These are all like small. Oh, here. Truth and Reconciliation Overture. Almost 2 minutes long. It's a bit on the nose to play this when it comes flying in. What up, Hagen? Love you too, beat. I do feel like it's a little on the nose to play this for when the frigate drops in, but could be cool. Could be cool. One thing I do like about the current music setup is that when the frigate comes in right now, it plays a track that loops every like 10 seconds or so. You know, it's just got that percussion to it. Nice little drums. Perhaps it should be more bombastic, though. Yeah, that might not be bombastic enough. Let me see if Halo 2 has any, like, really good stuff in it. Because if Halo 2 has some stuff like this, here's O2 percussion only. The in one has only 7 seconds in. Might be too chill. Yeah, that's way too chill. What's 05 full? The in one is 42 seconds. Can then yielding play when the frigate comes in? I could do that. Joe, thanks for the 2, man.
Just
Appreciate
like Vitol said,
yeah.
Unpointed at the head of the universe
Ooh.
is a track that could be used.
True.
C in general has really good tracks for sequences like this.
That's a good point, actually. Let me see. Damn, that's fire. Let me check CE really quick. I haven't checked CE sounds in like 5 trillion years. The only trouble I have with CE is that I have genuinely no fucking clue which sounds go where. What do we need? We need Gorilla. God, I haven't opened CE in forever. Do I have to drag tags in, right? Okay, yeah, drag tags in. So I want to get sound, music. Dude, look how funny the names of the CE tracks are. What about Battle 1? Do I have a play sound thing? Oh. Wait, that's from CE? I didn't even know this sound. I didn't know this was from CE. What the fuck? What? Okay. Gotta play some D&D? Hey, have a good one, Hagen. Appreciate you tuning in. Okay, that's not it. Gun pointed at the head of the universe. Let me listen to it on Spotify real quick. Because I do love that track. No, okay. This part especially is really good. This would be fun to just have on the map. It's such a vibe. But also, I love Rock Anthem to save the world. Or for saving the world. I just think this goes hard. It's just so good. Alright, let's do Battle 2 full. We'll listen to the loops for it. Very classic, but I'm gonna go with no. That's flag and bomb music, true. I honestly have no idea what any of these are, but let's give them a listen. We don't want the strings. What is AN fast? Oh, it's like the... Okay, that makes sense. Joe, thank you for the 2!
Drake,
okay.
TF, you mean you didn't know the track was from CE? It's the first cutscene with Johnson's speech, you bot.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that, dude. Why are you making it weird? I knew that. Oh my god, look how many permutations there are. This is what it can loop between randomly. Holy shit. Or maybe it's the order it goes in? That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, original with GU. Oh, with guitar. That's cool. That's cool. I would use that one preferably. Halo percussion. Nice. See, had triggers to activate certain loops of tracks? They sure did. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. But the tracks that I'm going to have are going to be conditional. The way I've separated it out right now, and I might add some more tracks, but it's split between action music and ambient music, and I get to choose between several tracks, however many I want, really. So I have this music section. So I have dynamic music ambient, which is basically a script that allows me to, at any point, choose one of these, and the script is set up in such a way that if I choose that script, it will, or if I choose that track, it will play that track, and the moment I play any other track, it will automatically stop the previous track and start the next one. It's nothing crazy, but it basically just lets me play any soundtrack that I want at any time while also stopping the previous track as quickly as possible without just literally cutting the music. The CE stuff is good. It's a little crunchy, but it is good. What is iron? I don't know if I can even rip these sounds, to be honest. Am I able to do that? What about jig light or jig LP? Jig loop. What is jig? The fuck was Marty smoking when he named these? Oh, it's Covenant Dance. That is a bit of a jig, isn't it? Tip of the spear, that would be really good. I'm definitely doing that as well. Oh, peak. Oh, it's so good, dude. I wish there was a way to check how much time is remaining in a match, but I don't think that's possible. Oh my god, I should have music play when the giant fucking Glorbus comes out of the ice. Dude, can you imagine that? How sick that would be? What song would be good for the big boy coming out of the ice? Let me check. Where Strato Sentinel, object create Strato Sentinel. So all I would need to do is just insert a single thing into here that just says play this song. Covenant Dance would be good. Nah, Covenant Dance. I want something like ominous and like insane. Ancient Machines from Halo 2. Oh wait, hold up. You might be cooking there. Let me go Halo 2, Enamor Cloud. Where's Ancient Machines? I don't even have it on my list. Are you kidding me? Oh, let me grab it. There's no name. There's no Halo 2 track named Ancient Machines. Alien Corridors. Maybe. I want something kind of like... Maybe with some choir. Looking at H2A or Halo 2. Let me see. Thank you for the 420, Modern Gamer!
Ultimate low. Spirits began placing rocks in the yard pretending they snapped to no patch notes on the horizon. Only I don't make it, tell the others. To send me out. With a bang.
What? Huh? What did you say? Oh, it's a flood track. If it wasn't a flood track... Thank you for the 420, Modern Gamer. What did you... Oh, you said ultimate... You keep putting the periods, and it makes it think it's a URL. I couldn't understand it. I was so confused. I thought you were having a stroke. I read it out in the weirdest way. It's a beautiful poem, though. I appreciate your effort. Oh. I'm not unforgotten. Oh, these are all menu musics. Let me go through my Spotify. Maybe we can find something good. The Mjolnir mix. Peril's good, but let's see. Ghosts of Reach, maybe. Impend, perhaps? No. It's a bit too much. Maybe Orbit of Glass. Orbit of Glass actually wouldn't be bad. That was good. The 40-second to 2-minute second section of Released. I do know Released. I like that song. It's good. Gyarados! Thank you for the 5, dude. Appreciate it.
Hey RJ.
Hello.
Ooga Booga Man here. Give
Is
me
that really-
ability to see color. To avoid predators?
Okay.
No. To develop racism like a
Okay.
boss.
I don't know why I expected anything else from you, but yeah, okay.
Day 6 without ultimate.
Thank you for the
load.
420.
Speed slower. I've begun placing rocks in the yard pretending they snap to grid. Still no patch notes on the horizon. Only darkness. If I don't make it, tell the others.
Did you?
To send me out
You just wrote
with
the
a bang.
same thing. I don't know what you're saying. You keep putting periods without a space, which looks like a URL, and it's erasing your words, and it sounds like you're having a stroke. Thank you for the 420, though. Appreciate it. Again, beautiful poem. I read it. I did. I liked it. It's beautiful, except for the part where it completely fucked up. That was the only bad part. We're going in. Released. That part of Released is really good. That might be good for a lot of stuff. It's not a poem. Day 6 without Ultimate Forge. Rations are low. Spirits even lower. I've begun placing rocks in the yard, pretending they snap to a grid. Still no patch notes on the horizon. Only darkness. If I don't make it, tell the others to send me out with a bang. Alright, let's see if we can find Released in here. That's an ambient pad sound. Thank you for the super chat very much,
I'm so happy
Gyarados.
you think so lowly of me. Much love.
No need to worry. I think lowly of everybody. I think I'm actually the main character. And I have really cool powers. Dark powers tied to my darkness. Ooh, wait, this is kind of sick. Look, it says Perk 85. That's Percocet 85. What's this? This isn't released, I don't think, is it? Oh, it is. This might be kind of sick. We could try this out. That's 6.5, 6.7. What is the intro? The intro for this is a minute long. Oh, wait, that isn't released, actually. Thank you for the 2, Joe.
KOCE, the more music track. Absolutely perfection for the Strato Sentinel appearance.
The Maw? Oh, shit. Hold on, you might be right. I haven't listened to the Maw in forever, though. Let me listen. Oh, you're so right. This would go crazy. Oh my god, that's it, dude. You're so right. Thank you for that too, Joe. You're so fucking right. I'm stealing it. I gotta figure out which one that is, though. Maybe Somber? Might be Somber. No. What would it be? Oh. Okay, here's weird. Maybe it's weird. It's not going to be weird, but I'm too curious not to play it. Dude, Halo CE's tracks are so good. What about sci-fi? It's going to be hard to find the Maw in here. I have to figure out which one it is exactly. Okay, that's not it. I think it's Alien Corridors. RR2. I'm just going to go through everything until I find the Maw. Oh! This is my shit, dude! Oh, I love it. That's a rock anthem for saving the world. Not misc loops. No, it's spooky detail. Don't need that. Maybe slow string? Could be it. Oh, the intro, dude. String idea. Nice. They reused that in 3. Long. Night travel. Try Dust and Echoes. Is that even a track on CE? I don't know which one this could be. Maybe that's one song that plays the ending of Halo 3 when she was climbing the cryopod. I feel like that might be too sad. Ah! No, I'm looking for... It's got to be somewhere at the bottom. X20, isn't that a convention? I don't think it's going to be these, but I'm going to go through them just to make sure. The track one installation 08 is a really big peak. Oh, that's so true. Fuck, that's a good track. Right now I was going for the Maw from CE, which I think would be so good for this. Isn't that really similar to the one in 3, actually, now that I think about it? Isn't that like the same track they use there? But it's like the Halo 3 updated one? That would be under Citadel, music. Fuck, man, I don't know which sound that would be, but it's definitely there. They totally use the Maw soundtrack, but like revamped for 3 at that cutscene, don't they? Track named Ultimate Fortune. That is a cool name for a track. I like that. An ambient pad. Wait, they have Truth and Reconciliation piano. What? Oh, nice. That is it, dude. 36 seconds in, that's actually not too bad. Oh, dude, imagine playing this track and then I drop a scarab into the middle of the map. That would be pretty sick. Repeat, 2 scarabs. Oh, you know what? The track might not even be in this folder because it happens during a cutscene. Can the AI in Ultimate Force drive the modded vehicles? Yeah. Though they don't always really want to get in for whatever reason, but they can. Fuck, I'm just gonna go to the cutscene. Should be 110, leave by charity? Scarab Orbital first. Oh, Halo reveal, yeah. So Halo reveal, cinematic scene, object shots, music. Okay. So there's only music from there, and it's a Foley track. Got it. What song plays then? Maybe it is in the folder after all. Maybe I just need to keep going through it. Let's listen. We're going to listen to all of it. This is great, actually. Just the pure strings on that is really good. I could definitely see that playing in-game. Ambient tech light track. Meh. Never a fan of those. They're, like, good for background noise, but for what I'm trying to do. Leo track 1. This is good. Also, I think this one plays pretty quickly. I lied. It's got a 35-second intro. But hey, that's music for you. It's the end of the Covenant mission, something like Familiar Ring. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't name the tracks in-game. They just have a bunch of numbers. Some of them are literally in folders called numbers. What happens if I give an antimatter bomb to a grunt and tell him it's a keyboard? I don't know, but you should try it and find out. It seems like an interesting experiment. Are you telling me that this song is actually not in here? Hopefully the grunt doesn't do anything it'll regret. I doubt it. I think it'll be just fine. You got nothing to worry about. Spooky sounds! Ah! It's so scary, man. It's so damn scary. Why is Halo so scary video game? Check DMs. Fine! Final part of this track is called Familiar Ring, and I'm pretty sure it's the Halo Ring reveal. Oh. This part right here. Oh, could you imagine this playing? As the giant fucking sentinel appears. Peak, brother. Peak. You would think it's in Citadel. Maybe it's in High Charity. I'll check the High Charity thing. These are all spooky tracks. You know what? Frickin' what? Sound music. I'm going into the sound music folder. I can't take this anymore. The fucking vague-ass sounds they use here. Personally, I like the Maw better. That versus this. Let me listen. True. The Maw may work better. Wait, now that I'm listening to that, I might know what it's labeled. Never mind. Well, whatever. Let me go back into Halo 3 really quick. I'll do the Maw after, because now I'm kind of obsessed with seeing if I can find this. Sound music. Ambient? No. End credits, no. Main menu. Delta menu? I like that it's still called that. Wait, Delta menu in? What does that sound like? Exactly what do you think it does? Miscellaneous? What would it be called? Oaf. What the fuck is Oaf? Oh. Good song, though. Some. Oh. Right, we literally just listened to that in CE. Perilous? Ooh, wait, I should have just been going into these sound folders the whole time, man. These are way better. I'm gonna go through all the numbers ones. These are always pretty good. So it's not gonna be that one. Let's try 8. To be honest, I don't know what it would be under. Because the numbers are all kind of like background sounds. I would figure it'd be under miscellaneous. Oh wait, maybe... So we have glue, pad, percussive. What is halo percussive? What does the in loop for the halo percussive sound like? Oh, dude, I should just use this. Wait, don't I already use this? Pretty sure I already use this in game when the fucking frigate comes in. I'm like 90% sure. Okay, not percussive. Probably not. Maybe D orchestra? Oh, this is a good track too. God, these are all so good! Fuck, dude! Peak! Wait, spooky? Maybe it's under spooky. More spook, shiny, spook transition. What about tonal ambience? What song are we looking for? I'm trying to find the end of the track Gravemind, where the halo is revealed. Sounds like this. Thank you for the 2, Joe!
From Hierarchies, the file path for the more track is tags /sound /cinematics _music /.
Cinematics music? Is there such a thing? Sound. Oh, there's not just music, there's cinematics music. What? Does that mean there's a cinematic music for this too? Oh, here. I think this is it. 76 seconds. That's it. Fuck yeah. Okay, so there's a different cinematics folder for the cinematic music. They just don't have like loops and stuff. Like the other tracks I was playing, those are ones that are good for like playing regularly because they have like variation and loops that kind of go through and they can be shut down at any time. This is a full nearly, what, like 1 minute and something seconds of just music that just goes. That's pretty sick. I really want to try that in game, but also my Pinor is about to explode. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. We're good, guys. We're good. I'm so happy I found this, but we need to create a looping sound for it. I wash my hands? Of course I wash my hands. I think I'm some kind of gross freak. Don't answer that. Let's go to my tags folder. We need a looping sound. I'm going to grab one of the regular looping sounds from... Actually, where do I want to grab that from? Because we have a bunch of looping sounds for the regular... Yeah, I'll just grab it from the regular music bits then. We'll go into here, sound, music. I'm going to grab the numbers. None there. I know some of these have looping sounds in here. Where the fuck... Okay, fine. I'll do this the right way. Levels, blah, solo, bass. Give me just literally any looping sound. Thank you. We go levels, multi, huge towers, music. And this one will be huge towers, strato. Great. And then we're going to grab the sound tag for it. Clear that, clear that. The loop will be sound, cinematics, Citadel. Great. And we're going to insert that into the script. I'm going to make a new type. No, I'll just put it in action, I guess. Yeah, I'll put it in action. That way it kind of overrides it. So this will be action music 4, and it will be under levels, multi, huge towers, music, huge towers, strato. We have the start and stop. Make sure this is set to 4. Okay, blah, blah, blah. That looks good. It should all be set. Let's save that and compile our scripts. So normal ambient music plays in the map. And then what I want to do is I'm going to reduce the Strato spawn time really quickly to be like nearly instant by just removing some zeros. Oh, wait. I'll remove the zeros, and then we got to go to the Strato script, and we need to play the music. So we just do a quick thing where we go set action music 4, and that'll play that soundtrack now. Okay, it is great, but I'm going to do something else. We're going to do the following. Set ambient music 0, so that turns it off. Then we'll do a sleep for not... How many seconds would we want? Maybe like 10 seconds? That might be too much, to be honest. Well, we'll give it a shot. See what happens. The horn and the intensity of it kind of betrays the music a bit. Is there a music crescendo that could happen right before the drone? Right before the drone. Coax, thank you for the 2!
Absolute cinema.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of sick. Yeah, maybe if I reduced the timer, maybe it could go like... Maybe it could like roar or whatever, blow the horn, and then the music could kick in if I time it right afterwards. No, I think I just need to reduce the sleep entirely. Let's try that again. We'll have it. Timing's not bad. I could delay the music actually. I could delay the music instead because I was delaying the Strato. I think the music actually needs to be slightly after. To sleep 100 and then play the music and then we let it rest and finish the animation, etc., etc. That's so much better. The timing on that is so much better. Dude, that's so cool. We're just chilling, we got the ambient track just kind of... I like it. Whoa. Oh, that's so good. What the fuck? It has no right to be that good. I do need to make sure I kick the ambient music back in afterwards, though. So let's make sure that it like returns to playing ambient music. I think what's the default ambient music on the map right now is 3. So when it does the object, when it destroys the Strato Sentinel, I'll make sure to return us back to ambient music 3. And let's make it so this thing doesn't spawn instantly anymore, because we want that to be like a very special moment. Also, I noticed something interesting when it comes to the Strato Sentinel, which is in the editor, it sounds great. In-game, it feels very quiet, so I'm actually going to up its radius on all Strato Sentinel sounds so we can hear it a decent bit better. Because honestly, it makes me a little bit sad that I can't hear it very well. Oops. Anyway, objects. Wait 1 second, I'm on levels, characters. We want Sentinel Strato. No, sound actually. Duh. Sound. characters, Sentinel Strato. So I want the ice break sound right now. It's 300 to 1,000 meters. It really doesn't sound like it. It really doesn't sound like it. I'm just gonna have to up the volume, I think. Maybe it was just because my game was quiet. I don't want to overdo it. I don't know, I'll leave it. We can do some testing. I'll find out if it's too quiet in game. Yeah, 300 to 1,000 should be easy. So now that we got that, I want to try doing something interesting where I'm basically going to just put a... I'm going to put a trigger volume around the enemy base. And what I want to do is check regularly to see, is an enemy player in their enemy's base? Which is kind of like a battle is guaranteed or like an objective is going down. And if that's the case, I want to see if I can trigger intense music to play under those circumstances. That can kind of like kick in some action music. So let me go ahead and try that. So let's do... blind. Game data, trigger volumes. So we're going to make a new trigger volume around the base here. Obviously it's got to be square, sadly. But... shape like this to here, out to here, and then through here, lower it down a bit. And then we gotta bring it into the ground. And the idea is that if maybe an enemy player goes into this box, it will trigger like action music and people will be like, oh shit. Something's going down. Just kind of implying like some base is being raided or something like that. Maybe you could just play like a more enhanced track. So right now we're listening to Ambient 3. I'm going to switch it up. Have you considered setting the box on fire? I did think about it. I was considering it. Okay, let's try this. This is Ambient 2. I'm going to see if I can find some like more intense ambient music. Like I don't want to do action-y music necessarily, but maybe it can change the ambient music to be more intense. Wait a minute, what if I did the scripts a level deeper? Right now I'm manually setting the music to certain numbers, but it can be set to anything technically. I could realistically just update the ambient status at any given time. I don't know if I can check for changes between script runs though. Here was the idea that I was kind of cooking with. I was like, what if instead of the numbers being set manually anytime I'm doing something, I could just set the ambient status, right? So like, but I guess that really ends up just being the same thing as manually doing the variables. My thought was, I want to be able to turn ambient music on and off. I want to be able to turn, I want to be able to turn the action music on and off, the ambient music on and off, but I also want to be able to have like a status for it that like kind of like a mood script that basically detects the mood. Certain actions will increase the mood, certain actions will decrease the mood, and based on the mood it'll change between tracks. But also certain events need to be able to just turn stuff on and off. Like if I want to play action sounds, I need to make sure that ambient goes off and action goes on. Let me come up with something like that. Let me see. Like a dating sim. Yes, we're doing dating sim music for Halo. We need to know if the map is in the mood. So this already works, right? Dynamic music ambient handles switching between tracks. But if we did something that's like a mood, instead of manually calling each track each time, we can just go through it. All right, I'm gonna make a manual toggle here. So right now, hold on, I gotta think this through. I want to be able to toggle the music on and off, and when I turn it back on, I want it to remain and remember what song it was set to. Okay, I got it. So I basically just need a variable to store the mood at any given time. So mood is set to 0 by default. Or can you tie it to the multiplayer voice announcer? No, but I could do custom announcements and like dialogue. I am planning on doing that actually. We might even do it today. So global short mood. So I'm just gonna make sure I understand what I'm even trying to do here. Let's say I activate this, right? Right now I'm manually choosing which tracks to play. Instead, what if I simply said mood action and it randomly played one of the action tracks? Or maybe I do need to just set it manually. It's just because, like, if I switch back to ambient music, I want to have there be, like, a level of intensity to it. Maybe I'll just do an ambient intensity. So ambient intensity is 0 by default. Maybe I can make it 1 by default, just to make my understanding of it. No, I'll leave it 0. Okay, so we have ambient intensity. And we have ambient music. Ambient controller. And I'm going to basically say if ambient intensity is equal to 0, can I do a string? Can I do a custom string? Print, I'm gonna try something. I've never done this before, so I'm just gonna see if I can maintain strings in code. Am I allowed to store strings? Oh my god! Well, it compiled. So that's a good sign. If ambient intensity is 0, we're going to do current track. I'm just going to make it G by default. We'll do set current track to that. And then maybe instead we can just replace this with current track. Will this work? This might simplify, like, everything. Or it might make it more complicated, I'm not really sure. Script compile errors. Okay, let's see. 2G. This might be a stupid idea. I might just have to do it all manually. Expected looping sound, but the current variable current track has type string. Oh, true, I guess it's a sound type, technically. Damn. Okay, in that case, whatever. We'll just leave it as it was. No more ambient control. All music will be handled very directly and very manually. Make sure we still compile. Good. Okay, I don't know why I switched that. I totally forgot to do that. Random range between 0 and 3? How many ambient sounds do I even have? Ambient goes from 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're going to do... At the beginning of the map, at any point, the ambient music will randomly choose between 1, 2, or 3. We got ambient 2, not bad. Let's refresh. What do we got? Got ambient 2 again. We got ambient 2 again. We're getting ambient 2 every single time. Why? We got ambient 2. Ambient 2. Is it just gonna pick a random from 2 every time? What? Is the Strato Sentinel cut from Guardian Forest? Yes. And the model I have was designed by Davy Jones VFX. Absolute god tier gamer, incredible 3D modeler. Maybe the randomization is based off of timing. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I was going to say, if it's based off of game ticks, that might be why I'm getting ambient 2 every single time. I don't know if I can truly get any random ambient music here unless... Because then if I wanted to play it after a certain... Basically, if I put it in the startup script, I think it's going to be deterministic which track plays first. Because even if I set it to be some kind of random... That's annoying. I guess it could be worse. Oh, wait, I could just tie it to something else. Instead of it being a random range between 1 and 3, it could be 1 and players. However many players are in the game. That way it actually becomes different each time. No. Oh, I didn't compile, did I? Returns an object list. Player... list count. Let's go! Okay, now it plays ambient 1, because I was, well, 1 player. I don't think ambient 1 works. I don't hear anything. What the fuck is happening? Yay! Not playing anything. It's supposed to be a random range between 1 and however many players are in the game. Does it count me as 0 for some reason? Okay, hear me out. What if I do it in Sapien? I wish this mission was never scrapped. It as a drivable scarab. What, you're talking about High Charity? High Charity? Well, he technically didn't drive it in High Charity before they turned it into Flood ship. It would be more of like a interactive cutscene more than anything. Where Cortana drives the scarab and you just are on it. I kind of want to record some dialogue for this and see if I can do some interesting stuff. Alright, we're going to do game, multiplayer, CTF. That way I'm on red team. And then we're going to start the map. So we'll go levels, multi, huge towers, huge towers. Let's let it cook. I'll be right back. I mean, oh my god, I'm dying. We need more guh in Permafrost, if you say so. Because there's going to be 1 player loaded into this match. Yes, we get ambient 1.
Flag.
That's awesome. Okay, so it is semi-random now. The amount of players in the match, when you load in, will determine which track plays. So that is a random variable I can kind of insert in. Okay, let's test out the... I don't know if this is an appropriate ambient track for this map, but it's nice. It's cool. It's kind of holy and ominous. I don't know if it's conducive to battle, but... at least we can change sounds with this.
Watch your head.
Well, I'm on red team, so the voice line played. Wait for it a second time, because it's broken. I gotta go. We're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Jumpers incoming.
Nice. So I don't think it kicked the ambient track back in. That explosion will need some serious AoE damage. Nobody's getting away from Mac Blast up close. I agree with that. I think it should definitely explode and be way bigger. Where the hell jumpers? That's a good question. I really need to record some lines for dialogue for this. Let's see. Anyway, right now, let's do another global short, which I'm going to call match ambient. By default, it's going to be 0, and then we're going to do set match ambient. Let's do player random, is what I'm going to call it. And, oh wait, this is cool. Because there's going to be a random, there's going to be an amount of players that's random in the game. Oh, dude, wait. Based on how many players are in the game, I can absolutely increase the intensity. So if you're playing by yourself in Forge, or just by yourself in general, I could have just like a super chill ambient track play. Or like no music could play, actually. I could literally just have no music play. Or if there's 2 people, it could be chill, and then up to like 16 players would be like this crazy-ass soundtrack. But I could also insert like a level of randomness to it. Do a random range between 2 and list count players. So player random is now this variable that is just kind of all over the place, but I think will be useful. Maybe only have music kick in when significant events could occur like Infinite does. Yeah, that's kind of been the plan. But at that point, I'm like, do I want to even play ambient music for the players? Are people going to get annoyed by that? Then counterpoint to my own self here, people can just turn off the music. And we're going a bit crazy. The thing is, I have to kind of go a bit crazy here, because doing a dynamic music system is not easy in Halo. At least in multiplayer. I don't really... well, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, let me try this. I'm going to make a trigger volume over here. Very similar to the one I did on the other side of the map. I'm just going to place it generally right here. I got it. I'm just going to write this out really quickly. If current action is not equal to action now, let me code, hold on, set that might be completely useless, because then I could just set it manually. That I was helping it get around the spam. Because it'll change it once. No, that's good, actually. This is important. I'm going to have a variable called action update, right? And what's going to happen is if like an enemy player or something goes into this base, what's going to happen is I'm going to go and I'm going to update a variable called action update, and it's going to be constantly updating. Action update is going to be spamming multiple times per second, or like maybe once per second or something, and it's going to detect, is a player in here? And it's going to be constantly updating. If a player's in here, it's going to be spamming every once per second to say 1, 1, 1, or action is going to be 2, 2, 2. It's going to be high level action number, basically. And then this script that I just wrote, is this if statement is going to check, because there's going to be it's really hard to explain. It's really hard for me to explain, but it's pretty easy. Set music, action music, current action. Okay, this is a really simple script, but basically, there's going to be continuous scripts happening that are updating numbers all the time. If a player is in here, the action intensity is going to be spammed upwards. It's going to be constantly detecting. And if that changes, if the action level goes up, these variables will not be equal anymore, which means it'll trigger one time, which will then update, action update, and then it will and then it'll play the new updated music. Let me try something. Trigger, stop current track, updates, trigger, play current track. Okay, I've got the logic for it, but I need to build a foundation for the music system around this. Because my music system worked before, but being able to do this will be so much easier and actually allow for a dynamic sound system to occur in-game.
Capture the flag.
Quit modding, become a DJ. I'm the DJ who's going to be playing all the tracks during Permafrost. Don't you worry. So right now we're choosing a random ambient track that's just giving... it's going to be different depending on however many players are in the game. And that's just going to be the kind of deciding random factor, so to speak, that gives your game a little bit of variety. So full 16-player lobbies will probably have the same amount of people. Less people will give a slightly different track. But the action track, playing one action track, in my opinion, is kind of boring. I think having a variety of action tracks based on intensity would be really sick. Now, obviously, we have an action track for when the Frigate comes in, and we have a really cool, beautiful track for when the Strato Sentinel comes in. But I want to be able to say... just have that dynamic action intensity in the scene. So let's do that. We'll go to the music. And here, I am going to create a new script. It's going to be another continuous script. And it's going to... I'm going to call it action level. And depending on this action level, it will change the music. It will update the music automatically depending on the action level. And I'm going to check for the action level every 5 seconds. No, 5 seconds is 150 ticks. So every 150 game ticks, aka roughly 5 seconds, it's going to check if the action level of the game has changed, and if it has, it's going to stop the current track and it's going to play the new action updated track if there is one. And that also means it could just stop the track entirely without updating it. I think that works. Can I even compile scripts right now, or did I leave some open loose ends? This is not a valid real number. Current action and action update. Did I not make them both globals? It is current action and action update. Okay. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. I'm glad this works. For sure. Gug grenades. We just throw the grenade and it goes gug. A little anticlimactic, honestly. I can do a sort of hierarchy as well, where the action can only update... No, because it needs to be able to update lower and higher, but the higher priority... The higher number should take priority. So if there is... How would I even logic that out? Maybe it doesn't matter that much. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Get hierarchical up in this bitch? Hell yeah. Let's try something. Script. Continuous. Enemy raid. We'll call it music. Enemy raid. And all we're gonna do is volume check. Volume test object. Is it object and then volume? Yes, the volume will be... This one over here was the one I did earlier. It's off screen, but that's called red base. This one's called blue base. And we save, and then I'm just going to do... We're going to check blue base, and the object that we're looking for... Where's that volume test object? Can I do an object list? Yes, object list. And the list I'm going to do is players on red team, which I already have a script which has that out, and I want to make sure I get this correct. So any player on red team would be known as player count. So we'll do this. We'll do sleep until... volume test objects, blah, blah, blah. Then that will do this. We're just going to go print. Red team is attacking or raiding. Which is going to basically mean red team players in blue base. And then we'll have another sleep until after that happens. Which is going to sleep until... We'll do a comparison here. Where there are 0 red players in the base, and then it'll say another print of red team has stopped raiding. Does that compile? Is not a valid trigger volume name blue base. Oh, my names didn't upgrade. Whoops. Update. I'm in the wrong field. Okay, what about now? The equal call requires 2 arguments. Oh, I must have put the 0 in the wrong place. I did, yeah. Wow, that works. So now we can detect if a red player is in blue base. Let's give it a try.
Capture the flag.
And just as a quick test, I'm also going to play dramatic music the moment that happens to kind of give the impression of this. I'm going to copy that from the Frigate bit. Set ambient music 0, set action music 4, whatever. We'll just type it in. Set ambient music, or set action music 0, and then ambient music was player random. Which goes back to our randomly generated and chosen ambient music.
Capture the flag.
Okay, here and capture the flag. Why don't I hear any music? Did the scripts not compile?
Capture the flag.
I don't hear music anymore. Oh, I just gotta set it to 2 instead.
Capture the flag.
It's not working. Oh no, I just stopped playing music. I'm just being dumb. Then we just do set ambient music to player random. And then that will trigger the music script to play that, whatever that's equal to. There we go.
Capture the flag.
All right, let's fly on over to blue base. We're gonna trigger the scripting to occur where it'll detect us and see if it starts to play the generic action music. Are vehicles with turrets made separately, like a turret is made first for being attached after? It depends. You can build a turret into the vehicle itself if you want to, but it's usually better to make the turret a separate vehicle that's attached onto your main vehicle. Alright, let's see. Does the console register me? Gonna check every 5 seconds. I should be in the zone. There we go! Red team is raiding. The music played, although it is playing the incorrect track. Why did I set it to 4? Set it to 2. Alright, watch this. We're gonna do it again. It's gonna be perfect this time.
Capture the flag.
Oh, my controller decided to stop working. I love that. It's just confusing how the animations are connected. It basically acts like whatever animations you put on the turret vehicle, imagine you're actually driving that turret vehicle. Those are the animations that will be used when you attach it to the main vehicle. It basically activates the turret vehicle when you get in the main one, as though it's being driven also. Oh, I'm raiding red base, or blue base. The music kicked in. I love it. We got some intense music. I don't really like this track, I'll probably change it, but it's playing music. Alright, let's leave and see if it stops the music. Okay, red team has stopped raiding. Ambient 1 has started again, and Action 2 has stopped. There it goes. It worked. So the music has stopped. Nothing crazy, campaign maps do this all the time, but... Okay, I'm raiding again. The music kicks back in. Leave. Action 2, music has stopped. I've stopped raiding. Obviously the music has to get to its crescendo. It doesn't just instantly end. It's really taking its time though. Will it be different with each base? I could make it different depending on a number of factors. But yes, essentially. Now I want to pick out songs, essentially. And I think there's a lot of really good ones to pick from. For example, if we look into the music folder, there's a lot of great ambient sounds. That's great and all. But I'm mostly interested in the numbers tracks, because these numbers tracks that are in this numbers folder are generally the action-y music. Save for that one, apparently. In fact, what do I use for it? For current action, I'm using... For 2, it's Voy Music 12, so we can actually go find that. It's levels... Solo, the Storm, Music 12, and that sound is Ambient Percussion Perilous Tump. So we can try that as well. Ambient Percussion. Halo Percussion is my favorite one because it sounds like this. This is the one I'm currently using for when the Frigate comes in. I'm going to listen to the alt loop as well, because this one has 2 different versions. Orgalore, thanks for the 2!
Hi, Squidward.
Hi, Squidward. Oh, this one's a bit more intense. I like it. Yeah, this goes pretty hard. That would be good action-y music. It would really... sell it. I'm gonna listen to some more percussion tracks in here, get a feel for these. Not bad. That one's kind of more relaxed. The intensity's not insanely high. I like that. A much faster percussion. That's pretty cool. But I'm not a fan. I like these slower percussions. This tempo is 85, so it's going to be really slow. Not bad. How about one from the Mission and Reach? Yeah, I'm definitely open to getting some Reach music in here. It'd be cool. Reach music's great. That's okay. I think my favorite was Halo percussion for sure, especially that alternate track. Okay, this one's pretty fast. This is a military type percussion. Nah. I mean, it's good for where it was set in Halo 3's campaign, but I don't really want that. First time seeing the shotgun person, but you're a member. Oh, you must have gotten gifted a membership somehow. Welcome. I got popcorn and tea. What is percussion taiko? Did we just listen to this one? Oh, this one gets used a lot, especially when it's off of Earth. I like this. If you want some really heavy percussion, try using the tracks Cortana's Fat Booty Cheeks walking animation in the Absolute Cinema folder. What are you smoking? Hello? I don't think that's a real folder. And then I'm pretty sure I already was using this one, but... Oh, this one's hard. This is the CE type one. 24 seconds for each loop, though, is kind of wild. What I'm mad about is the Halo loop. 15 seconds? It sounds really good, but like... Why are these loops so fucking long, man? This one's 30 seconds for some of these loops. If you get unlucky, the music will play way beyond where you want it. There's got to be a better way to end these loops. Surely Halo 3 had a better way of doing this. What? Like, what? How is this helpful, Bungie? Sound looping predict. Description, your mom. Bro! I actually need to know what that does! What do you mean, your mom? What kind of description for a command is that? Angrily sipping this tea. God damn it, man. Now, I don't want to do sound looping stop immediately. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try sound looping stop immediately. If it just cuts it off awkwardly, though, I'm going to be a little bit sad. If it at least fades it, that would be nice. Maybe it has a built-in function like that. Who knows? I feel like that must be a thing. Let's give it a try. Now what's going to happen is if we enter the base... I'll fly over in the Falcon, but basically if we enter the base, it'll start playing the music, and then the moment we leave, it should immediately stop the music. You can set your loops to fade in, fade out, so maybe it'll work with immediate. I hope so. That's my hope. I hope it uses the fade in and fade out values in the looping sound rather than just actually immediately stopping. It makes the most sense that it would use the fade in and fade out values. Otherwise, that command would be nearly useless. Will the other team still hear the music? Yeah, the music is global. Alright, rating. Ambient 1 is playing, or not, Ambient 1 is stopped, and I'm going to walk out of the zone, and we'll listen. Before, it took up to 30 plus seconds before the music would end after I stopped rating. Okay, it stopped kind of immediately. It was really hard to tell. Oh, it cut off so badly. Okay, okay, but maybe that's the sound tag. Maybe. The sound tag that I was just cutting off there was levels, the storm, music 12. What is the... Oh, see, there's no fade out duration. Maybe that's why. What if I made it like a 3-second fade out? Let's try that. Plays. Fuck! That's action 2, right? Yeah, action 2 is Voy music 12, which is this one. And I set the fade out duration to 3. Maybe the alt fade out duration also needs to be 3. I'll do fade in as well. Fuck! Why? That command is actually useless. What do you do when you want the music to end early? You just forced to wait for it to end on its own? Like, that's not a fine level of control. All you can do is stop the looping sound. Wait, set the scale of the sound which will affect the volume. Remove your out track from the loop. True, we could do that. Oh, wait. No, Hyokin, you're so right. Now that I think about it, there's a bunch of times where tracks will be in there that have out loops. Or choose a shorter out track. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Hmm. Like, what is this? Sound set global effect. Bleh. Sound set global effect scale. More bleh. Help me out here, man. What the fuck does that mean? I'm mad. Global sound effects, the radio effects. Oh! Hilkin, are you like a fucking ex-Bungie employee? How do you know this? But you can just set those easier in the mission dialogue tags if you use it. Oh, that makes sense, actually. I don't use that tag, but that would make sense. Bongi did this? They did. They did. That they did. Have you played on it? Done so much sound BS? Fair enough. Yeah, maybe I should just have the action sounds not have such... You know what? It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. If the sound plays for like 30 seconds more, who's going to know, dude? The sounds are dynamic. People don't know the exact triggers and where they happen and stuff like that. Whatever. No biggie. Hello? Where's the music? Oh, yeah, I'm not on. Let's go, dude. Okay, my Spotify playing over the in-game music is driving me nuts, man. I'm losing it. Dude, sharp cheddar popcorn is where it's at. Holy. Okay, I'm now leaving the base. Oh, I didn't compile scripts. Oopsies. Gotta go all the way back. Haha.
Capture the flag.
That was weird. Drake is hot, not gonna lie. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Filter, please. What? What are you talking about? Take a check, dude is making whole cutscenes. Yeah, that's nuts. You need an insane trailer for this map? I plan on making a really cool one. Alright, let's raid red team base. I can't really hear the music over the Falcon, to be honest. It's so unbearably loud. Any audio for the Frigate, like a countdown or voice line? I haven't added the voice lines yet, but I'm going to add some. I'm planning on also adding some kind of drop pod or something that brings an item down for one of the teams. I stopped raiding, so the music technically should end soon. Red versus Blue Designator. I don't remember what that looks like off the top of my head. The highest is the one with the freelancers, right? With the ODST stuff. I need to see how the music is handled in campaign again, because I'm very confused. Didn't I have music open at one point? Or, you know what? I know what I need to do. I go into data level. Oh, right here. S070 music 10, which is at 0. Sleep until the music trigger happens. If so, print, and then it does sound looping start. Wait, what the fuck is this? None and 1? And then stop. Sound looping? Wait, I didn't know there were more parameters on sound looping. Hello? Tell me more. Oh, right. You can start it on an object with a scale, so 1 being standard scale. Well, that's not particularly helpful. Start 070 music when first shot is fired in Bowl 2. Start alt when hunters arrive. Stop music, sound looping, end hill encounter. Start of Miranda's briefing. Sound looping when first hunter dead. This looping when longsword crashes. Dude, what? Hold on, bro. Something crazy is happening here. I'm looking at this, okay? This is the mission, the Ark. You know, the sand mission? Remember when you get to the first area, and then you, like, go through that little tunnel, and then a longsword crashes? Right? Longsword crashes. Here's the next part. When you start moving in a vehicle, start this music. Timeout or starting, and then it stops the music at the Follow My Pelican Chief. I don't know. There's no part in the mission where you follow a pelican. And then listen to this. The landing zone encounter. Are there? No, you know what? This is final. There are AA wraiths on this, right? I was gonna say there aren't AA wraiths, but I think the part where the frigate comes in, there's some AA wraiths. When Johnson and Hocus meet you at the door. Oh, okay. Oh, dude, yes, this right here. Loop, beginning my descent. Beautiful, beautiful. We found something that was scrapped? I don't think so. I think I was just misremembering, to be honest. Okay, we need an actually good track, though. I don't want to abuse the Halo sound looping track with the percussion, but it is really good. Like, if every time something intense happened, this music kicked in. "15-second loops with an out loop that is 15 seconds as well. So you have the potential for the music lasting 30 seconds longer than it needs to. Kind of annoying, but whatever. There's 2 Guardian Sentinels and Ultimate Forge. There shouldn't be. You think second hours why it's taking so long to end? Yeah, but it does sound nice when it ends. Ooh, this is a great track. When you're flying to the Halo ring. I wonder if there's anywhere I could use this track. I love this track so much. We're gonna get these tracks. I mean, you can find them on YouTube, Spotify. They're all up on there. These are just the raw game files for the music that's like actually shipped with the game. Oh, dude, it's so good. I don't know if I could realistically use this one anywhere. Maybe this could be the intro to the map. I could actually just play this song at the beginning of the map, but it might get kind of annoying where every time you start the map you hear this music. So I don't know if I want to like, I feel like that might overdo it. Gotta see the Halo community keeping the games alive if Microsoft won't. You know, they're allegedly trying, okay? Allegedly. That song is so good they made it the mythic disc menu. Wait, really? I don't remember that. Allegedly. Do this one for the map intro, but if you hear this every time you play the map, I feel like it'll get kind of stale. And I don't want to do that to this track. Part should be for the frigate. I was thinking that too, but also the frigate encounter is not that long. The frigate encounter lasts for like a minute, and this is like nearly 2 minutes. Mapstar should be short, then ambient, then Halo theme, then bombastic finale. When you say short, do you mean like a short track like this? That's like an intro track? It's such a banging track. I'm very tempted to make this the starting music. Very, very tempted. Make it a rotation of music that plays. That's definitely possible. Have a balance of track usage. Okay, so let's imagine, okay, that song from the intro plays there. What about this song? Not interested. This would be a good intro track. Okay, yeah, there'll be, that's how it'll go then. An intro track will play. Then ambient music will take over. What about when the strato rises? Oh, you weren't there for that. Yeah, I got you. I'll manually activate the strato. I missed a lot moving as a bitch. No, you're fine. You're busy as hell. It's so good, dude. It's so good. I love this game. It's so awesome. The stream music felt perfect just now. Orgalorg, that's not the stream music. That's playing in-game. That's part of this event now. See, look. Refresh. It cuts out. So I think that's peak, though. I think that's so good. Can the Falcon hit that? Yeah, you could. It's really high up there. It doesn't look like it's that high up, but if you hit it, it will fucking slam into you. It has full physics. It's not just for visuals. Like, you can get absolutely crushed by it. Okay, so we're gonna make a list of intro songs. And I think I'm going to do the same type of thing as before. where a little bit hard to do randomness. The only real random variable will be which player enters the game. 10 out of 10. Look, thank you. Thank you. We're going to do intro music. We'll do script, dormant, intro music. For the intro music, I am literally going to do this. If intro music equal 1. We'll do a sound looping start. Intro music 1. And then instead of sleeping until some variable changes, we're going to sleep until, I don't know, some arbitrary amount of time. Each intro song is going to be a different length. So I'm going to have to manually set them per. So we'll do sleep, not even an until. We'll just do sleep 30. As a test, anyway. Actually, let's do sleep. We'll do 10 seconds. We'll stop the sound looping. And then I'll do another sleep for the rest of the song's duration. And then we'll play ambient music at that point. Which I will no longer have occur at the beginning of the match, but instead we'll do MP wake script intro music. And in intro music, that's where we're going to move the logic to start the ambient music. It's going to happen after the intro sounds and music play. I'm just going to make this easier on myself. To intro 1. Okay, so for intro 1, though, actually, I don't think the sound tag for that particular level has a sound looping tag, which is what we actually need if we want to play this sound in game, which the song we're going to be playing for the first one is going to be this. The intro to the Arc cutscene. So let's go grab the file for that real fast. Tags, cinematics. Actually, we don't need to grab the file for it. Who am I kidding? We got to go make a new sound in the music folder. This will be intro 1. Sound looping. And we'll just set the looping sound as sound cinematics. The arc. So there we go. We got it. And then, I don't know what Marty's music time is, but it's set to 300 seconds for this one. Hopefully that's not important. Will this thing be able to be taken out or at least damaged by that glassing thing? I think it'd be really cool. It's not destructible. It's just a visually interesting thing that exists. Just kind of adds flavor to the map, you know? Marty's music time is 117 BPM. Like forever, like is it like, I assume it's per track. It's basically tempo, right? Or because I don't really know how that interacts with the sound tag. I've been saying that only one at the beginning fades into the gameplay part. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do here. Same way like the Arc cutscene opening mission happens. So this is the variable that chooses what the ambient track for the match is going to be. And I'm going to also, I need, I'm going to do something for this, actually. Hold on. Because there's only so many players that can be in a match, or there's going to only be so many ambient tracks. Right now I only have 3, so I'm going to do this. We're going to put this into a little begin here. And we're going to set it to whatever random number that is, and then I'm going to nest in this an if statement that says if player random is that greater than 3, then begin set player random to 3. So basically, if there's more players in the match than there are tracks, it will cap the track at the maximum number, which currently is 3. So that'll play like the third ambient track on the list. That's just a safeguard. Otherwise, if you had more than 3 players in your lobby, you would have no ambient music, and that would suck. But that's good now. The other thing I want to do is I need to set the track for the intro. So I'm going to do that. We'll do set player random. Sorry, not set player random. Set intro music to player random. And then once that is the case, I can also wake the intro music. And while that is happening, also game mode detection is happening. I still haven't done anything with the game mode detection, but it's cool that it works. Wait, script compile errors. Shit. What are my errors? Not a global variable. Intro music player random. Oh, it's true. I didn't make an intro music. Damn. Okay, now it exists. Are we good now? Script. Already have a global. Oh, right, because I named the. And then we gotta call that instead of the other name with our mpwake script. There we go. Alright, let's pause our music and see if we get a track playing.
Capture the flag.
Nice, it decided to play. Our random number generator gave us the number 1, which is the only intro track we have right now. But it's playing. Oh, no, that's ambient. Where's the intro track? Oh, I didn't assign the intro track. I'm so dumb, dude. It worked, but I didn't put it in the game. There is no intro track yet. Yeah, right now it's playing the Halo level music, the actual ambient music. Instead, we're going to do levels, multi, huge towers, music, intro 1. And since I have guaranteed to set this as number 1 on the list, I know exactly how long the track is, which means I know exactly when to end it. Because if we look at the sound, it is 142 seconds. So let's say 140. Simplify it to 14 times 3 for 30 tick rate. Sorry, I brain blasted. Anyway, 14, 28, and then 42... So 4,200 seconds? I think, yeah, 4,200 seconds. That's a lot of seconds. That can't be right, because that's 10 seconds. No, that's right. Now, let me check my math on that. Usually I do this right, but sometimes the numbers just like don't make sense to me, even if they're actually correct. 4,200 divided by 30. Yeah, 140 seconds. That's perfect. So that's a long intro song. But W. Oh, it's playing. Sick.
Capture the flag.
Let's see if the intro, or not the intro, the ambient music will play correctly as well. the fuck? Does it actually stop correctly because there's no out loop?
Capture the flag.
When the frigate comes down to shoot the tower, does it blow away ground forces like it does in campaign? Not currently, but it will. Let's add an extra 2 seconds onto that AK. Let's add an extra 3 seconds. Oh, actually, no, there's 300 seconds it sleeps for. So let's just say 4,300 seconds until we actually want to stop it. And then I want to start the ambient music, I don't know, 3 seconds before, which would be like 90. So we'll actually do 4210. Insert this, and then sleep for 90 more ticks, which is 3 seconds. So now most of the song plays, then we start kicking in the ambient music. 3 seconds later, this has already faded out completely, and it has blended into the ambient music.
Capture the flag.
Falcon is loud. I agree. I think I need to turn its volume down. It's way too loud. I'm gonna compare it to the mongoose. There's one over here. Oh yeah, the falcon is way too loud. This mongoose is way quieter. Does the ambient music fade in correctly and make sure the sound doesn't cut off? Okay, the ambient music kicked in, but the timing was slightly off. So I'm gonna kick it to another 3 seconds, so we'll bring this to 40, 10, 20. 4, 10, 20. And then bring this up to 180 seconds, which will give it another extra 3 seconds of wiggle room, which should be enough. But yeah, that works. We got the intro music. We got the ambient music. Now we get to make another intro track to work with it. Let's begin. So if we get intro track 2, I want to instead this time do, I think it's this one. I like this one. I thought this would also make a good intro track. I thought the Enforcer would be in the mod, my favorite Sentinel. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the way the AI spawning works, the Enforcer is impossible. Yeah, that's good. We'll use this. 070 LD music, blah, 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 blah. This will be intro 2. And we'll just grab that. And then, I'm just going to do the exact same thing here. And so we switch it to our intro 2 file that we just made. And the length of this sound is 48 seconds. So it's like a 9600, not 960. It might be 960. Yeah, I think it's 960 total. Is that right? If that's the case, then I'm confused. Hold on. The track itself is 48 seconds. How did I go so wrong? Anyway, 1440. Let's just say we'll do 1470 as the total time. That is how long it's going to take. And then we'll start the ambient music 180 frames before that. So we shave off 180, which brings us to 1290. I know I did the math in my head, but I'm still double checking my work. Perfect. Because I gave it an extra second of wiggle room. You made Halo 2 Forge? I did! I loved Halo 2 Forge. It was so much fun to make. Making my own menu and getting the whole system working, getting a working Forge monitor, setting up functions for getting the ability to like pick up objects and rotate them. It was so fun. Okay, well anyway, that intro can play now. For the sake of testing, I'm going to run that, and right now we have the intro music set to our player random value. I'm not going to work with that. Instead, I'm going to just set it to whatever intro test I want, and right now I want to hear the second one. That's definitely not what was supposed to happen. It started intro 1. Need like a sleep before it because it's all running at the same time, so it doesn't know. Hello. If intro music is 2, it plays intro 2. Oh, it is playing the right one. I'm just blind and deaf. And I also wrote the wrong thing, which confused me. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Now we're actually getting it. This is the second possible intro song. that shit look like Reach? Wait, where am I gonna be able to just blast the whole map? You can! I don't have the weapon spawned in, but you can actually blast the map. Okay, now the ambient music should be kicking in. Or no. The ambient music's already kicked in. We're listening to the ambient music. It's so smooth I couldn't even tell. Bro tricked himself. Alright, let's see if I can trick myself again.
ODSTs deployed.
Temporary voice line.
Watch your head.
Watch your head alone will be sick. True. The watch your headline, that coincidentally worked out. I think I should definitely keep that. That's sick though. That's sick. I like it. Although the ambient music failed to kick back in, which is kind of Akko Tacos. A flip! Did I forget to make it turn back on? Oh yeah, set action music to 0, then I never set ambient music back up. I think every time I reset ambient music, I need to make sure... No, I guess it shuts itself off anyway, so it's not a big deal. Because like, you can only have one ambient track at a time. They automatically shut themselves off, so it works out. I'm just going to go through and make sure every time I reference ambient music, I'm using the new player count. So setting it to 0 is fine. This one needs to get it set back to the player count. No, player random. Fuck. Ambient 0, player random, player random, player random. And this is the controller, so we don't have to worry about that. Ambient, there, player random. Okay, perfect. Every time I reference the music now, it's after whatever random number gets generated at the start of the match. The music switch is so smooth though. It's actually crazy. After the Ultimate Forge mod is complete, what are you going to do after? This. Technically, I was supposed to wait till Ultimate Forge is complete to do this, because Ultimate Forge is like nearly done. I'm just having way too much fun doing shit like this. As people in chat will angrily tell you. I want to make sure... Alright, let's look for more intro music. I do want to test and see the next intro song. But there could be even more peak stuff in here. Pelican Glue. That sure was a pelican. Oh, you know what this is about to be. The Covenant. I don't know where I would be able to use that, but it's so sick. No, I'm out. Too spooky for the map. This is called Music Crash. I believe it's for the cutscene where High Charity comes through. That's fully. It's a bit too specific to be useful here. No, take 121. There's also a take 2. Oh, music tent, not take 2. I love this track. So ominous. I might use this actually. This is great. It's basically the same as the other intro track, but just a bit more like spooky and ominous. Kind of sick. Actually, this would be a really great track for the Strato Sentinel as well. I'm closing my eyes, imagining the Strato Sentinel rising up, going like... What am I doing with it? I'm adding music to the map. Look at this.
Capture the flag.
So yeah, enter the game. Music has begun. In-engine? Yep, this is not stream music. This is in-game music. Pretty loud as well. I'm guessing it's scripted? It is. I'm creating a dynamic music system. Music will play. I already have it set up so certain music, or a music track plays when the frigate comes in and takes out the tower. So that was the intro music, by the way. That just played. Every time you load into the map, a new round starts or whatever, the intro music plays. And then an ambient music track will kind of just play on loop until a certain trigger will happen, causing the action music to play. And when the action music plays, it will pause the ambient track and the action track will take over, and then vice versa. As the action track fades out, the ambient track will take over. Needs a slight fade out. I don't think that... it faded out while I was driving, when I was loudly driving. It's a perfect fade. You might have just heard a lull in the song itself. Can we see the Sentinel with the different music? Not with that second track, but the Sentinel, when it comes up, it does have that same track up from the Halo reveal. I don't know if it's going to be any better than that. The Maw music from Halo 1 might be good, though. To be so honest. What's the hardest vehicle to make in your mods? Oh, a lot of vehicles could be the answer to that. Oh! I approached the enemy base. Therefore, music started playing. That's one possible trigger to make action music start. Then I leave. It says that I have stopped raiding the base. And that soundtrack over time, when it's done playing through its current area, it stops, and we're just left with the ambient track that had already started back up because I had already left the zone. I want to live. I'm not gonna live. I feel watched on this place. I'm not even playing. Wait. Oh, here it comes. I enjoy this. And the ambient track has already kicked back in. W. Oh wait, and there's one more music event. I don't know why I left the base because I was trying to see the Strato. But we do have one more. Oh wait, I never wrote in safeguard. There's so much music playing! Ah! Never made safeguards for the Strato. What is wrong with me? Yeah, it does. Oh, it counts as action music. That's right, I did say that. Yo, T-Cell, thanks for the 5! Appreciate
Probably
it.
a stupid question, but will this also be a Forge map?
Yes.
Or exclusively for multiplayer that is Forge?
It's primarily just meant to be played as a multiplayer map, but it will have Forge support. You won't be able to like forge the spires or anything. Those are going to be like hard coded into the map and stuff. And certain things will be hard coded into the map, but it'll be forgeable. I'll have a forge palette for it, and you can make maps if you want to. But certain aspects of the map will be hard coded, so it won't be like a free sandbox like Ultimate Forge is. So then, since this is action music, I need to wait however much time it takes. Or I'd say Object Destroy, Strato Sentinel. I gotta figure out the exact timing on it again. God damn it. Should be easy though. I have it right here. It is this many seconds long. Wait for it. Wait for it. 76. It's close, but not quite. Times 30. 2280. I'm going to do 2300. What did I say? 2800? Or what the fuck did I say? 76 times 30. $22.80s, yeah, 2300. So 2300 is going to be our sleep value, and then when is the publicly available documentation for this? Oh, you can find it on the H3 Reclaimers website. A lot of great documentation here. This is c20.reclaimers.net, and if you want to know stuff about scripting, there's a whole scripting section here that goes into detail on all this stuff. I find there's a lot of useful stuff here, but also a great way of learning is to just look at the scripts in the Halo editing kits. It explains a lot. T-Cell, thank you for another 5, man.
One more thing, was the Scarab design for the Ultimate Forge intentionally meant to be not boardable?
Technically it's intentional. It's because the only way I was able to make the Scarab work is to convert it into like a classic style AI where it doesn't have a physical body, but it instead has like a sphere capsule shape like most characters in the game have. That was the only way, sadly, that I was able to get it to work in Forge mode. It was either that or no Scarab, and I figured it's better than nothing. At least you could use it for certain stuff. Can the Covenant AI drive the Scababs? They are not vehicles. They're giant hunter worms. But maybe? I have no idea, to be honest with you. Anyway, we need the Strato music to work, so when we want this to work, we're instead going to MP wake script Strato music, and I split it off into its own script just because I did not want to... Do I want to do that? Sleep 100. Yeah, it waits, then it wakes the Strato. So yeah, we can set ambient music to 0 there. And then after the timer, we set action music 0. But actually we need to split it up into 2 timers because I need to bring the ambient music back first. So we'll do sleep 90. This will become 2210. And then in between these two, we get set ambient music back on by setting it to the player random variable, which chooses which track you get for that match randomly, pseudo-randomly. Adam, thanks for the 2.
I'm here, you can start the stream now.
Welcome.
Jokes aside, what's going on and what did I miss?
You missed a lot. Look, I got intro music playing in the map. And there's an ambient music track, and certain events will trigger action music to play. And then there's tracks for the Spire going down, there's tracks for the Strato Sentinel. It's pretty cool. So right now it's playing the intro song. You can randomly choose between several intro songs depending on player count as the variable. Oh, the intro too got stopped really early. Oh no, it got stopped too late actually. Oh, let me fix that before I lose track of it. Intro 2 stops too late. Maybe 12 to or 12:40, and then that'll cut down on the entire thing. Let's do that. Well, better safe than sorry. Okay, anyway, and we have this, wherever I am. T-Cell, thanks for the 5, dude.
Actual final donation.
Hell jumpers incoming.
Will Musk be in Forge mode for this map?
No, the music's gonna be just kind of baked into the map. The music, unfortunately, cannot be a part of Forge.
ODSTs deployed.
It's too heavily built into scripting and having a whole music system in the like campaign style. What's the Discord server? What are you planning for that bullshit in March? I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to comply for the sake of my Discord server because it's a community Discord server. To be honest, I don't even know the details of it myself. I'm not even sure what I'm complying with. I just know there's going to be some kind of age verification thing happening that everyone's complaining about, which is like the worst possible thing and makes me extremely upset, but whatever. We live in a society controlled by oligarchs and the like, so if they say that the service that is used by everyone needs a privacy-inducing invading change, we simply nod our heads and say, yes, okay. Thank you for the 2, Adam.
The only other multiplayer game that I've thoroughly enjoyed that comes to mind when thinking of dynamic music is Titanfall 2. So to have it happening in Halo 3 of all things is actually huge.
Yeah.
Galaxy-brained move, good sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the 2 and for the kind words. I'm trying here, alright? I'm trying here. I don't know how realistic... I think my system for the dynamic music is a little bit clunky right now. Wait, so no to changing services? Fuck no. Hello? I can't change off of Discord. All of my friends are on it, including people I do business with. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna just change off of Discord? All the people I know are on Discord. That would be the equivalent of me just ghosting everyone forever. I'm not gonna do that, dude. The fucking thing when people did the Twitter Blue Sky thing. See you guys later, going to Blue Sky. You can find me there. This is my final tweet. Yeah, I knew that right away that was not gonna stick, bro. I knew immediately how fucking stupid people were being. Of course it's not gonna fucking work. Oh, it's so bad. The same thing's gonna happen in Discord. People are gonna be like, I'm gonna go switch to TeamSpeak. And then like 0.1% of people will actually switch over permanently, and then everyone else will go back to Discord. It's just how it works. That's just human nature. You can't change it. It's statistical fact that that is going to happen. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Still waiting. I'm taking the long route. I'm not speeding up the timing on anything. I want to make sure the music actually plays on this event. You can always switch to Root app. It's completely free, very user-friendly, takes a minimum effort. Downside is that's bare basics and this new. If a mature platform comes out and everyone I know decides to switch over to it, I will switch over it. And I know that you need to be the first person to do it, but that would inconvenience me too much, so I'm staying on Discord. I will hate it, and I will use it, because I have to use it. Is the unfortunate reality. I'm in fact not one of those Linux guys who's like, my privacy is being invaded. I'm going to be like, yep, I'm an end consumer. That's just what I do. I consume. It is what it is. Unfortunate, I agree. I wish I was like that, but realistically, it would just be too inconvenient on my day-to-day life to do. Like, if you're trying to get, like, for example, I've been hanging out with a lot of really cool people around here in Austin. Going to their parties, hanging out with them, becoming friends. They're great people. I love it. If I switch over to that app, I'm never going to be able to communicate with any of them ever again. Because they're not going to fucking switch. I would just lose the connection with all those people. And I like those people. I want to be friends with more. There's literally like 100+ people that I've met in the past few months, and I don't want to lose my potential, like my friendships and other potential friendships just because I wanted to switch apps. It's extremely stupid of me if I did that. They're all really nice, very, very dope. Dude, this Strato Sentinel really doesn't want to spawn today. There's enough pressure on Discord, then Discord should follow through, but chances are very slim. I just think the whole trend of age verification happening over and over again on all these different apps is driving me crazy, dude. Driving me absolutely crazy. Why did the looping sound stop? Is he about to spawn? Oh. No. It actually just stopped. What? It didn't even play. Where's my Strato music? Did I fuck it up? I must have fucked it up. Where's the Strato? What the fuck, man? Strato, set ambient music to 0. Multiplayer wake script Strato music. Set music. Yeah, it's supposed to set action music to 4. Did it not wake the script? What did I just witness? What the fuck just happened? I'm just gonna do it here in game. I'll disable the intro music really quickly. So that way I don't have to wait. And then I will temporarily set the intro music again. Set ambient music 1, 3, 2, sure, 2. Okay, we have ambient 2 temporarily enabled. Let's also just make the Strato Sentinel timer really short. Shouldn't take longer than like 5 seconds. Okay, music stops. And it did not play the new music. Why? What the fuck? Strato music. MP wake script Strato music. It's right there. Strato music sets action music to 4. Then a bunch of sleeps happen. Why is it not working? I'm confused. This is easy. It was working just fine before. Action music to 4 should play the strato type music that I already have set here. It's just acting like it's not setting the variable. Why isn't it going? Is something overriding it? So ambient kicks in because I set it to. Then it stops. I'm gonna do a little print in here so I can see if this is debug it real quick. Strato music script activated. Yeah, the script just isn't activating. MP wake script. Oh, I misspelled it the whole time. That's so dumb. I literally just misspelled it. I'm surprised it even let me compile if I misspelled it. There we go. Okay. Now I just need to make sure the music ends at the appropriate time and doesn't glitch out. Strato's gone. Ambient music should kick in 3, 2, 1. Music stopped. Perfect timing on the music stop, but why didn't it kick the ambient music back in? It worked, but ambient music did not kick back in. Hello? Oh, no, it did work. I'm just not actually in game. Right. The player random function only works if I'm actually in a game and it's using the players in said game to... Yeah. So it would work here, though. The ambient music would kick in here. So it's good. Moral of the story, it worked. Will there be a night version of this map? I don't have plans for it currently, but I could. Wouldn't be that crazy hard to do. Come on, kick the music in. Okay, music started. Yeah, that was good. I could actually reduce the timing a little bit more on it. But yeah, no, it's smoothly transitioned. I'm gonna cut 1 second off of that, but that was good. So 2180 should be perfect for the Strato music now. Awesome. Strato should be flawless at this point.
Capture the flag.
I thought having little Strato beams shoot out of the Strato send out players like a bunch of tiny turrets. I mean, it's doable. It'll just be a bit extra. Alright. I'm gonna try to make this the last time we watch this because I feel like the impact will be lessened if we watch it too many times. Gotta get in there and play it and see it and just go, oh damn! Why not a giant beam that shoots at the Spire shield? Think about it like that scene in Jurassic Park where the Brachiosaurus appears for the first time. That's the Halo equivalent happening in front of you right now. It doesn't need beams. It's a Brachiosaurus. It's so grand and powerful you don't even want to fuck with it. Timing, music timing, come on. Can we get the fade? Can we get the seamless transition? It was so close! Okay, we subtract another 1 second off of it. This time for real, guys. For real.
Capture the flag.
Gonna capture the flag. Phantom engine destruction states have open engines in the front of the engines. Damn. You should fix that. Seamless incoming. Seamless transition incoming. It just needed 1 more second. That's all it needed. Just 1 more second. I'm not watching all that again. I'm just going to assume it works perfectly now. Action music, sleeps for a certain time. Boom, sleep 90, then action music off. Okay, that should be good. I'm so sure it works. Just immensely confident. Fine, we'll watch it 1 more time. Jesus, guys. God. Forcing my hand here. There's also an alternative song from Halo 1 that we were talking about earlier in stream that it is very tempting to add to this. The Maw. That song genuinely might be more fitting. This one is like awe-inspiring, but almost feels like holy, whereas this thing kind of has a scary vibe to it that it almost has a slight mismatch. Doing the soundtrack, The Maw, I'll play it in a second for you guys, and you can tell me whether or not you think it sounds better for this scenario. Come on, timing, perfect, flawless timing. It was better. That's close enough. It sounded smooth. I'll take that. All right, let's stop the Strato Sentinel from spawning literally all the time. Yeah, we were forcing intro music at 2. We don't do it anymore. We do not force the ambient music anymore either. Ambient music is controlled. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right. I just go here, set. No, we don't play the ambient music yet. That's controlled in the dynamic music intro, which plays it after whatever song picked hits its particular timing. Then we just make it so the Strato Sentinel goes up to being a multi-minute experience rather than 2-second experience, and we're good. The Sentinel's working overtime, I know. Okay, this is the Maw. This was the other potential song. So imagine the Strato Sentinel coming up like you just saw like 5 times where it like roars to this track right here. I feel like it's better. It's like, I don't know, I would have to really see it, but I feel like it might be better. It's reverent, but not too crazy. I agree with that. Why not make it by chance? Could. I will think on it with my noggin. But first I will go AFK for 10 hours. Goodbye forever. Damn, I said goodbye forever and you guys stayed? Massive. I want to change the track for... for when the gigantic frigate comes in and blows up the tower. Sound looping set alternate is going to make this that track in particular be even more intense. Give it a go. I was realizing you forgot to put back the music. You left this in complete silence. That's true. Doing a music stream is kind of awkward for me because I have to like manage my Spotify the entire time that I'm doing this stuff. Usually I just set it and forget it. Let's do the frigate. Where is it? We set action music to 0. Which is gonna... no. Set action music to 3. Which automatically triggers that one script. Then we sleep for 1. And then before the big sleep here, after the frigate spawns in... I'll just do that right here. We're gonna do... sound looping set alternate. And then... I have to grab the exact specific one because I'm not going to change it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Which is this one right here. And we're going to change it to 1. And my hope is... we should... well, I have the intro playing, so... just set it to super high speed and let the ambient music load back in. No, never mind. Actually, I guess it's fine, because the ambient music doesn't even need to be here for this. Okay. So, hopefully this sets the track to be a bit more intense. It should start normally. This should transition over. It's working, I can hear the switch. I lied, I can't tell. I don't think this is cool enough given the moment that's happening. You need the arc music? I kind of agree. I feel like the generic action music that's supposed to happen during gameplay doesn't feel powerful enough for this moment. Like, there needs to be some kind of music here that's fitting for this event. Should use Doom music. I could. I won't, because I want to keep it Halo themed, but technically, yeah, I could. I think what I'm going to do when the frigate is activated is... maybe I will use... I don't know, let's see. I feel like it should be more badass. I feel like when the frigate comes down the arc and it plays that really awesome soundtrack, I don't necessarily feel like that's going to be fitting for this moment. I'm going to try it, but I suspect it's not going to be fitting, but I'm going to try it anyway. I forget which one it is, though. It's called, like, Truth and Reconciliation something. It's, like, kind of in the middle. I got to go through all these and find it. Choose Gene's song. I did want to add some Halo 2 music in. Halo 2 has my favorite tracks. So that would be kind of peak. There it is. Okay, so it's 08. Right? That's it, right? Also, 105 seconds. We can give it a go. "105 seconds. So I'm gonna have to add this as a new action song right here. So this will be our action music number 5. And it is levels, solo, 070 waste, music, 070 music, 08. That's the name of the file for it. It's not going to be timed correctly at first, but we'll give it a go. Less longer than 105 seconds. Okay, bro. Okay. Yeah, set action music to 0 occurs there, which will automatically disable it because I have a system that automatically disables the music once it switches tracks. Also, I believe, using action music 2 before? No, I think I'll try action music 3. I think that was the move that I had for it before. I don't want the intro music. I don't want the action music. I want to edit the red encounter. No, red counter. Where's the raid? Fire check red. No. Where did I put the raid? Is that under music? Oh yeah, music enemy raid. Music. Yeah, I'll just do this for both, actually. I'll keep it like so. So we sleep until, blah, 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 set action. We're going to set it to 3. Alright, let's see. How does it sound now? Oh wait, I gotta fix the timing. Pause. I know, but I gotta fix the timing. Oh, it does automatically set action music to 3. Okay, never mind. It's probably fine. No! That's not what was supposed to happen! This we set to 5! And then, before I forget, the game mode checker is, like, really slow. Why is there a sleep in here? I need this to activate instantly. I'm not going to use other video game music. I want to do Halo. Preferably Halo 3, but any of the Halo games is fine by me. Does it just fade out like that? Kind of sick, actually. A little surprised. Let's see that again. Oh, it's because I'm stopping the music and it doesn't have an out trailing thing. I figured it out. I figured it out. If I just actually do remove the... Somebody said this in chat earlier and I ignored them because I didn't understand what they meant, and they were totally right. I can make the music fade out instantly using the sound looping tags thingy. Because this right here has a 10-second fade out duration. It's also set to not a loop, and I guess that allows it to fade out properly. Well, I guess, let me try one more time, actually. If I uncheck not a loop, does it still do it? Because if so, that means I can use it. If this doesn't work, then I can. T-Cell, thanks for the 2!
What about the Menagerie from ODST for the Frigate?
Ooh, that could be really good. I like the Menagerie a lot. If it cuts out instantly, I'm sad. Oh, it still works. Peak! I can use it. W. Alright, we're gonna do that then. And also gotta edit the script to not have the music die instantly. I'm going to set the action music 0 there, and that's going to allow the song to keep playing for an extended period of time. Actually, let's do this. Instead of sleeping 1, let's sleep for... how long do I want to sleep for? Because I set the action music on. This is an old script. I'm going to get rid of these. I can definitely fade my ambient music in and out. 100%. 100%. But I'm going to have to copy and paste all the ambient music sound loops in. Really synchronize the snow blast at the exact timing. I'm not gonna lie, that was pure luck. I was gonna have to manually tweak that. It just worked out perfectly first try. We take those. Action music gets out to 5. That's good. Then we're gonna do a particular sleep for. Let's give it 10 seconds before it fades out for a 10-second ending fade, and then the ambient music will kick back in as well. We'll set action music to 0. I'm gonna have to go back through because I need to refactor the way that the action music is handled and make like a system of hierarchies for what is taking priority and what values are set for certain things. That way, for example, if somebody was raiding a base here, and this frigate came through, it would kill the action music instantly. Actually, wait, no, I have checks for that now that I think about it. I don't know if I implemented them. The check is for, I have a mood check. Have I implemented the mood check? Base raid. Sleep until blah. I guess that counts as a mood check. No, it doesn't. I'll have to refactor some stuff and make this a little bit more robust. Because in a full game when players could be overrating the enemy base or doing some other thing that triggers this thing, or if, you know, the Strato Sentinel happens at the same time, I need to have like a hierarchy, a priority hierarchy of which music takes which music takes precedent over other pieces of music. So that way they can all kind of dynamically work together without interfering and making them like have awkward cuts and things. What do you guys think? Is this the right choice of music for this event? Or do I do something more badass? I could like pull from Halo 2, Halo Reach. Why did it start the music again? I don't know. What did I do? What did I do wrong? Why did it do that? Set ambient music. Set action music to 0. Oh, you know, I bet I fucked it up in here, didn't I? Limit action music 5 0. Oh, I see. I wrote the wrong thing, but then also, why did it end so early? Oh, I only let it sleep for 1 second. I meant for it to be 10 seconds. Try again. Can the music be disabled? Asking for a friend, of course. Of course, yeah. I mean, it's just MCC settings. The music is working in the same way as campaign music does, which means if you just go to your settings and you turn music off, not even menu music, just music, as if you were in a campaign mission and you wanted no music, it'll work like just the exact same. Just options, music, 0. And honestly, I kind of get you. I feel like this music is a little too bombastic. The arc fits really well. It does, and it's extremely reminiscent of the cutscene that inspired this landing sequence. But I think it might be too bombastic. It's a bit much. Especially when this can happen on both bases. I like it a lot, but I think it's a little too bombastic and large and exciting. My ambient music, I can't hear it because I'm not in a proper game. Will the music be in Forge and multiplayer? It's in multiplayer. This is a multiplayer map.
Capture the flag. Capture the flag.
No, I accidentally disabled the intro music. Give me back my intro music. MP Wake script dynamic music intro. Oh right, I'm still manually setting the intro value. Intro music 2 is a little shorter.
Capture the flag.
If you use any sword base, I could. Got a one piece of music for blue team, one for red team. I can't. Music is a global thing that plays on a special audio channel. It's just because it's designed for campaign. Music is music and everybody hears it all the same. How well does this track fade out again? Let me double check. Gene Song? I could put Gene Song in. I would put Breaking Benjamin in, but we'd all get copyright struck. T-Cell, thank you for the 2 again.
You should use the Warthog music from Red vs. Blue.
I suppose I could, yeah. Not out of the question, shockingly. Why did they do this? Why did they texture it like that? That looks terrible. Bad Bungie. I think we've been listening to the ambient music for a while now and just not realizing it.
Watch your head. ODSTs deployed.
I don't know, man. Maybe it should be this bombastic. Like, that went hella hard. I don't know, man. And then the ambient music takes back over. Not bad. Not bad. This won't crash the game, will it? No, but I will say with the current real-time destruction physics on the Spire, it causes insane lag for anyone who's not the host of the game. And I'm gonna have to animate the entire destruction sequence myself, rather than letting it be a bunch of pieces that all fall. The lag is so bad if you're not the host of the game. I found that out testing yesterday with Green. It was brutal. So I'm gonna animate the whole thing. Yay! So happy. So excited for that. Oh shit. Strato Sentinel's coming. I was actually hoping that would happen. It just came in a little bit faster than I expected it to. Is that a frigate on the cliff? Yeah, I placed it there a long time ago. Don't know if I'll keep it, but there's a destroyed frigate over there. It crashed. Feels bad. Should probably drive over to it. Well, I can't from here because there's no way up. There we go, all the way around to the secret hidey spot of the map that nobody ever goes to. By nobody, I mean me, because I'm like one of 10 people who ever played this map. But yeah, you can see that's the front of the frigate right there, and there's a top and back part. The Forge mode with the Frigate thing that destroys the Spire, will something else be there? No, Forge mode, this map is not Ultimate Forge, so it's not going to be a perfect sandbox. It's going to have built-in permanent scripted stuff all the time forever. So you won't be able to forge the spires or anything like that. Those are permanent features on the map, and the ability to destroy them will be on every single map. This map is built for multiplayer first, Forge second. Make the map even foggier? I feel like visibility is already so low on this map. Making it foggier would be wild. Well, I just had an idea that it's kind of interesting. What if there was, like, up there where I just was, there was, like, a Covenant distress beacon that you could, like, walk up to that was, like, very glowy and holographic, and you can see it, and if you hit it, it'll, like, call in a wave of AI enemies or something, and if you kill all the AI enemies, maybe it could drop you, like, the Light of Judgment or something as a reward. So that way, instead of just finding the Light of Judgment and spawning in, you have to actually, like, fight through, like, a mini firefight all of a sudden. That'd be kind of sick. That would go pretty hard, not gonna lie. I low-key want to do, like, I want to set up the other... Well, no, I gotta do the two-step thing. Alright, here's what we should do next. The music is all fancy and cool. Love it. Very awesome. Turn off the intro music for now. But right now, when you disable the Spire's shields, the Frigate comes in instantly. That's not the actual way it's supposed to work. I want to be able to have that take down the shields. Like I've said many times, something will happen back at your base, because from this perspective, if I'm attacking that, this is my base. And I think what I'm going to have happen is in the crater, maybe something like an ODST drop pod will come flying down and crash into the ground. And out of it will come some kind of team-specific weapon that only your team can pick up. And with that, you can take it to the enemy spire. And if you have it with you when you go to the enemy spire, then it'll, like, call in the Frigate. It'll, like, a beacon, basically. You pick it up, it's a beacon, and then you just hear over, like, a radio call. It's like, you got the beacon. Or, yeah, like, it's like, you got the beacon. Take it to the enemy spire and mark it for orbital strike. That would be cool. I think we'll do that tomorrow, because we gotta do, like, a whole ODST drop pod animation. I already have a pretty good one that I used for the ODSTs in my RTS mod. I could probably reuse that whole setup, but make it, like, a little more customized for this map. It's doable, though. Talk of bacon is making me hungry. Good. But I think I'm going to go for the day, you guys. I do hope you enjoy the stream. I'm not going to lie. Music, kind of annoying to set up. Very satisfying, though. Very, very satisfying. What about weapon drop pod from Halo 2? What if an ODST came out, drops the weapon, and then just falls over and dies? That'd be funny. Now, I'm gonna head out, guys. I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my night and head to bed soon. I really hope you guys enjoyed, though. Hope you had a good time here in the stream. I'll probably put out a YouTube short. I had a YouTube short on the Tyrant, the giant AA cannon from Huge Grass and Ultimate Forge that I was planning, but now I might just do something on the new Frigate event that, like, takes down the Spire. But maybe I'll wait till after tomorrow's stream to do that. That way when the ODST pod comes down and it, like, becomes a lot more interesting. I think I'll do that. Expect a YouTube short tomorrow, but I'm going to head out for the night. Thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. I really hope you enjoyed. I'll be live again tomorrow. We'll be working on the ODST drop pod beacon thing that you got to take into the tower and then take it down. That'll be cool. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your night, y'all. See you then. 6 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Be there. Goodbye. Goodbye.